Hello, my friends. Here I am giving you a framework on Satan and his demons. First one is Satan, devil, Lucifer, as we all know him. Those are likely synonyms or closely related figures representing a supreme evil entity or a leader of demonic forces. In many mythological, Satan or Lucifer is a fallen angel who rebels against divine authorities and became the ruler of hell and demon. Yeah, everybody knows that. I mean, watchers and fallen angels. Now, those watchers are a class of angels often referred in texts like the Book of Enoch, tasked with observing humanity. Some watchers rebelled, become fallen angels by defying divine law, often through interaction with humans in forbidden ways. Now we have the outcome of what they've done, and that's how the demons came into being. Demons are violent supernatural beings, probably the fallen angels themselves or the creation servants. In your framework, they seem to be distant from fallen angels, perhaps as a broader entity of evil entities, broader category of evil. Then here's the offsprings. They are called the imps. They are childlike sterile beings. They are the tricksters. They are the offsprings of humans and demons and watchers and fallen angels and so knowing the hierarchy of the evil command structure. Man, I know what I want to say. Just coming up with the words to say it. Here's a story based on this theme of Satan, the Watchers, demons, and imps. This one is called The Last Temple. In the shadow alleys of a crumbling city, with the air hammed with whispers of the damned, Ellis Kane hunted, known as the Last Ember. He is the final demon hunter of the Order of the Sapphire Veil, a brotherhood long shattered by betrayal and bloodshed. His weathered coat hides a bandolier of consecrated blades, each edged with signals that burn in the presence of evil. Ellis didn't pray anymore. God stopped answering years ago, but he carried a fire in his chest, a spark of divine wrath that kept him moving. The world wasn't always this way. Centuries ago, the Watchers, central guardians tasked with observing humanity, grew restless. Some, led by the radiant and rebellious Lucifer, defied the divine mandate. They descended, teaching forbidden arts and taking human lovers. The offsprings, the Nephilims, were neither angel or human, but something worse demons, twisted by sensual pride and mortal fatality. When Lucifer, now called Satan, fell fully into darkness, he forced these demons into his army to arrange a mockery of the divine origins. But the Watcher's sins didn't end there. Some corrupted further, lying with demons, birthing imps, childlike sterile creatures with gleaming eyes and cruel giggles. Demons too spawn imps, weaker but numerous, scattering through shadows like roaches. Imps can't breathe, think the heavens, but the numbers grow as demons multiply, a plague upon the earth. Ellis learned his grim language, lineage from their odors crumbling tombs. He was 16 when he watched the demon tear his family apart, its claws dripping with the blood of his sister. The older found him, trained him, and gave him purpose. Now at 32, he is a ghost in a dying world, tracking the infernal Archie to its source. Tonight, Ellis crouches on a rooftop, the city's neon haze reflecting off his blade. Below, imps scattered through an abandoned market, their laughter like breaking glass. They're bait, he knows. Demons never set imps alone. His signal grows faintly, confirming his suspicions. A demon lurked nearby, likely born of the Watcher's ancient sin. Ellis whispered a half-forgotten prayer, more habit than faith, and leaped. The fight is brutal but swift. The imps scattered, the small forms no match for his blades. The demon, a hulking thing with eyes like molten iron, warred from the shadows. It's strong, but Ellis is faster, his movements honed by years of survival. He drives a consecrated dagger into his chest, and it collapses, black ichor pooling beneath it. But as it dies, it hisses a warning. The morning star rises, the watchers wake. Alice freezes. Satan, the morning star, hasn't been seen in centuries. With watchers, those not fully fallen, with thought bound in the sinual chains. If they're stern, and if Satan is rallying them, the world faces a new flood of demons and imps beyond counting. Ellis knew he wasn't facing Satan alone. No mortal could. But the oldest relics, hidden in the ruins of the old sanctuary, might hold a weapon, a shad of divine light, said to banish even the morning star. He set out, the city's decay mirroring his own doubts. Imps trailed him, the giggling a constant start. Demons watched from afar, their presence a weight on his soul. Somewhere Satan's schemes and the Watcher's ancient sins threatens to unravel creation. Alice, the last ember, gripped his blade tighter. He's one man against hierarchy, hierarchy, but as long as the spark burns, he'll fight. All right, there's another chapter here. This one's called The Ember's Shadow. Alice Kane stumbled through the rain-slick streets, the city's neon glow blurring in his vision. The demon's corpse lay behind him, its warning. The morning star rises, the watcher's wake, still burning in his ears. His signet-etched blades hummed faintly, but something felt wrong. His chest, with a spark of divine wrath, has always burned, now parched with the cold of fire. He cleansed his side, expecting blood from the fight, but found none. The pain wasn't physical, it's deeper, clawing at his soul. In the market chaos, he hasn't noticed the demon's final act. A whispered curse, a black tendril of energy that slid past his defenses. Now inside him, something stirred. A demon, not born of watcher or human, but of Satan's own malice, has taken root. Its name is Zethar, a lieutenant in the Morning Star's legions, and it wants Ellis' bodies as its vessel. Well, at least he knows what's happening to him. Ellis collapsed in an alley, his breath rugged. His mind is a battlefield. Zethar's voice slithered through his thoughts, oily and sharp, like a blade coated in venom. You're strong, Hunter, but your mind now, it hisses. Your spark will gutter, and I will wear your flesh to greet the morning star. Ellis gritted his teeth, gripping a consecrated dagger. He drove it into his palm, not deep enough to maim, but enough to jolt his senses. Pain anchored him, keeping him human for now. The possession is a violation, a weight possessing his soul into a corner of its own mind. Zathar pushes, flooding Ellis with visions, cities burning, watches breaking free from chains, imps swarming like locusts, and Satan, radiant and terrible, laughing atop a throne of bones. Ellis fights back, clinging to memories. His sister's smile, the odor's chat, the weight of his blades. He is the last Amber, damn it, and he won't be a puppet. Just remember who you are. He staggered to his feet, ignoring the imps watching from the rooftops, the childlike giggles mocking his struggles. Seth Dawes forces his legs to move towards the city edge, where the old sanctuary of the Saffron Veil lies in ruins. The demon knows about the relic, the shade of divine light, the shadow of divine light said to banish even Satan's lieutenants. Zethar wondered, destroyed before the watchers fully awoke. Ellis resisted each step of war. His body lunges, one moment his own, the next Zethar's, as if two hands wrestled for the same ring. At the sanctuary's shattered gates, Ellis collapsed again. The demon's strength is growing, feeding on his doubt. You're alone, Zethar whispered. Your order's dead. Your God silent. Surrender and I'll let you sleep. Ellis snarls, slams his fist into the ground. The pain flares and with it is spark. He visualizes it, a tiny iron ball in the sea of darkness, and pulls his will into it. The demon recalls, streaking in his mind. Ellis crawls into the sanctuary, its walls ache with fading sigils. Zetar fought harder, twisting his limbs, making his hands claw at his own throat. You can't win, the demon spits. But Alice reaches a broken altar where a faint glow approaches. The shard. He lunges, his fingers brushing its surface. Light exploding, sharing his mind. Zathar screams, its grip loosening but not breaking. The shard power isn't enough to expel the demon. Not yet. Alice needs a ritual, one the order taught him. Blood, will, and a name. He carved Zethar's name into his arm with the blade, chattering through gritted teeth. The demon trashes, forces visions of his sister's death to him. Artless, Ellis falters, but his spark flows brighter. I am Ellis Can, he growls. This is my body. The chap builds, the shad glows, and Xanthar's presence shrinks. A snake coiling in retreat, but it's not gone. Not yet. Outside, imps gather, drawn by the disturbance. Behind them, a greater shadow looms. A demon, perhaps another of Satan's lieutenants, sensing Zethar's struggles. Ellis gripped the shroud, his body trembling, half his, half Zethar's. The fight for his soul wasn't over, but he brought time. The watchers were awakening. Satan's plan unfolds, and Ellis, possessed but not unbroken, must carry his amber through the darkness or lose himself forever. Now, chapter 3, the Ember's Defiance. Alice Kane stands among the sanctuary's ruins, the shard of divine light clenched in his bloody hand like a stolen star. Zethar withers within him, a storm of shadows clawing at his mind. But Ella's gaze is steady, unyielding. He's been face to face with demons before, stared into the mortured eyes, felt their breath like sulfur on his skin, and emerged unbroken. Feared? It died with his family years ago. Even death holds no terror for him. It's just another door, one he's willing to step through if it means dragging Hell's legions with him. The imps surge forward, a tide of childlike horrors with twisted grins and stare at soulless eyes. They leap from the crumbling walls, the giggling echoing like shattered bones. Ellis didn't flinch, with Zathar screaming in his head, "Fool! They'll tear us apart!" He swung the shad in a wide arc. Light burst forth, scaring the nearest imps to ash. The bodies crumbling, sterile hunks vanishing in wisps of smoke. The demon inside him recalls, its control slipping further as the shad's power feeds Ella's spark. But the greater shadow arrives. A demon lord, towered and horned, is formed a grotesque vision of Watcher's grace and humanity's fatality. This one is ancient, perhaps a direct offspring of a fallen Watcher and immortal queen from forgotten times. It wards, shaking the sanctuary's foundations. The morning star claims you, hunter. Your vessel will serve us well. Alice meet his gaze, no tremble in his voice. "Come and take it then," he says, a faint smiling curling his lips. Death, he quoted it 100 times. This was just another dance. One more dance with death. Zathar's panic, forcing Ella's bodies to flatter, but the hunter's will is iron. He charges, the shad humming in his grip. The demon lord lashes out with claws that could rend steel, but Ellis dodges, fearless and fluid, his movement a blur of practice lead through him. He plunged a consecrated blade into the beast's side, drawing black ichor that sizzled on the stone. The demon howled, summoning more imps, offsprings of its own demonic blood, to swarm to him. They clawed at his legs, biting with needle teeth, but Alice kicked him aside like vermin, his spark blazing harder. Inside, the battle raged twofold. Zethar flooded him with illusions, visions of endless torment, of Satan's throne where Ellis' knees broken. "Feel me," the demon demands. Ellis laughs, a raw, defiant sound. "I've seen worse in my mirror." He changes the shard's light inward, the ritual chat racing from his lips, blood pouring from his carved arms mixing with the glow, binding Xanthar tighter. The demon shriek, its incense cracking like glass. The demon lord pressed his attack, slamming Alice against a pillar, bone crack, pain explode. But Alice pushes off, drives the shad into the creature's chest. Light erupts, consumes the demon in a vortex of holy fire. Its body dissolves, leaving only echoes of its war. The imps flee, the sterile forms scattering into the night. Zathar weakened, his voice a whisper now. "You can't win forever." Alice slumps against the altar, the shard dimming in his lights. The possessor linger, a shadow in his soul, but he's in control for now. The watchers are staring. Satan's plan advances, and Alice knows the road ahead leads deeper into hell. But with no fear of demons, death, or the void between, he rises, the last ember burns on, ready for the morning star itself. Well, let me know what you think of that story. Thank you.